All right, Shalom, Shalom. Call Halo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Yahweh is the true name of God in the Hebrew tongue. Bahashem means in the name of, and Yahushai is the true name of the Son of the Most High, and Rakakodash is the Holy Spirit. And double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS, and Shalom to the Ophel elect. We are the real true Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. Okay, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are God's true chosen people. And of course, you have Israel scattered across the four corners of the earth, so you may not look like the typical Israelite. But if this truth, if this message resonates with you, then you're indeed an Israelite. So I'm back with another lesson, and this lesson is inspired by, the controversy or, the what's trending on the news right now. So, you had Kanye West at first. He was claiming he's an Israelite, and he's basically calling out the fake people because they're not the real people. The JOO, the ish people, they're not the real true people. Our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're the real people. And then you had Kyrie Irving, okay? He came out and basically all he did was share a video, okay? Which that video, it was a documentary which is called Hebrews to Negroes. And you know what? Let me just get this out because we're at the end, man. Matthew, Gospel, End, World, KJV. This truth is fully out, so we know that we're at the end of the end. So this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. It reads, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." So, we're waiting for those major final prophecies, which is number one, the Siragma, the CHIP, and World War III. Because the truth is out now. We're just waiting for those prophecies. And when you look at the state of the economy, we know that the CHIP is at the door, man. Salakia, if there's background noise, it's quite windy outside. But I just wanted to bring out, how we're the real people of God, and there's just no argument about it. Whenever we try to say these things, they label us anti-Semitic, which it's really Shem. When you go into the scriptures, Shem descended from, after the flood happened, Noah had his three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and a lot of nations descended from Shem. So when they throw that anti-Semitic or anti-Shemitic, that's not even a valid argument. But I wanted to go into it how, according to the Bible, slavery was in the Bible. This is one of the telltale signs that we are the people. Let me get that out in Deuteronomy chapter 28 real quick. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. It reads, "And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall bring thee into Egypt." Okay, because the ancient Israelites, they were in Egypt, captives of slaves. And yes, the Israelites, we helped build the pyramids. When you look at the biggest pyramids in the world, it's not even the pyramids in Egypt. It's the pyramids in the Americas, where the northern kingdom, after they fled the Assyrians, a bit of history, they fled the Assyrians, they went into the Americas, and then they started to build, pyramids again. Which that right there is more proof that we are the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. So going back to this, we were slaves in Egypt. So that's what this is going into. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt," okay, again with ships. So we was in slavery in Egypt before, but we'd go into Egypt again with ships. That's not literal Egypt. It's a parabolical Egypt. It's a symbolic Egypt, which is America. And that's what this picture is symbolic of when we went into Egypt again, this time in ships. Them JOOs, they never went into slavery in ships, okay? "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Okay, meaning redeem you. We're till yet this day in our captivity. And when it says no man shall buy you, ultimately, to redeem us, ultimately the Lord is going to redeem us. And the scripture says what? That the Lord, when he comes back, he's not going to meet thee as a man. He's going to come as an angelic force. But something else that I wanted to bring out, okay, the 12 tribes of Israel. These people, they call themselves JOOs, and sometimes they'll throw out Levi. But what about the other 10, 11 tribes? When you read the scriptures, it goes into it. I'm going to bring this out first. Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. I'm going to start off, but 28 is the point. Okay, and this is the account where the Apostle Peter and the Lord with his disciples. So Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. "Then answered Peter and said unto the Lord, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have thereof? Therefore," and this is what the Lord told Peter. "And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, so reincarnation. Okay, those men are back alive again today, and they're going to follow the Lord. They're going to follow Yahushua in this time, in this lifetime. So it says, ye, Salakia, verily I say unto you, that ye which followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So Israel consists of 12 tribes, okay? If these so-called JOOs keep saying they're the real people, where's the other tribes, man? Okay, that's how we know you're not the people. Also, you know, we say that we're the Hebrew Israelites, and they try to use that against us. I have 2 Corinthians chapter 11. And real quick, just to show you the context of this scripture, when you go into the blue letter for 2 Corinthians, I had it queued up, but I'll just... Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. The heading of this reads, oh shit, man. 2 Corinthians. Oh yeah, it is 2 Corinthians. Okay, 11, chapter 11, Slakia. 2 Corinthians chapter 11. The heading reads, Paul defends his apostleship. And when you read on down, the verses, main point is verse 22. So 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 22, it reads, you know what, I'll read from verse 20. For ye suffer if a man bring you unto bondage, if a man devour you. You know what, Salakia, I'm going to read from verse 21. I speak as concerning reproach, as though we had been weak. Howbeit wheresoever any is bold, I speak foolishly, I am bold also. Now verse 22 is the point. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. So Apostle Paul himself was even saying he's an Israelite. And I have this as well. I'll get this. Apostle Paul claiming he's an Israelite. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. So he could identify that he was well, you know, nowadays, the modern day Benjamites are your West Indians, but the Apostle Paul knew he was a so-called Israelite. And I want to end off, you know, this is a good one. Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass, prophecy, that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people. So unto the place where we were told, we're not God's people, we're niggers, we're spics, we're monkeys, we're 3/5 of a human being. In this place where we were said that we're not the people of God, the scripture says what? In the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. So we're the true Israelites, okay? We're finally finding out that we are the 12 tribes of Israel, man. And there's no running away from it. I had this queued up. I may as well get this out. Lastly, okay, Revelation chapter 7. I do just want to make the point. So when you read Revelation chapter 7 and also chapter 14, it talks about the elect, how they'll have the Father's name written in their foreheads. Now, when you read Revelation 7, it goes into how, you know, let me read verse 3. Revelation chapter 7, verse 3. So the angel said, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Then when you read, it tells you the tribe of Judah, 12,000. Tribe of Reuben, 12,000. Tribe of Gad, 12,000. Tribe of Asher, 12,000. Naphtali, 12,000. So on and so forth. So even in the Bible, in the book of Revelations, in the last days, you're going to have members of all the tribes, okay? So these people that call themselves JOOs, they're not the people. And you know what? We can end off here, man. We can end off here. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are JOOs. Now, you know, the proper context of this scripture. This is talking about the actual Israelites that were pretending to keep the laws, but they weren't keeping the laws. But you can equate this to the modern day JOOs of today. So I'll read it again. Behold, I'll make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are JOOs and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. And ultimately, them so-called JOOs, they're going to bow down before us, man. The Lord, he's bringing this truth out. That's why everybody and their mom knows who the real Israelites are. So, with that, I'm going to end this lesson off, and I hope it was an edifying lesson. Salakia for the noise. Kohlo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Shalom.